Hey everyone, and thank you so much for watching the Check Writing Monopoly giveaway that I'm running through the Business Educators Facebook group and the FI Educator Facebook page. Make sure you are liking and subscribing to that page just to see more giveaways as they pop up. Particularly, I'm working on some more Monopoly resources. So this is the second of an expansion pack that I'm working on. I also have 6 resources that are in my original Monopoly bundle. You can find both of those on my Teachers Pay Teachers store. That's fieducator.store. If you're going up to your URL bar, I'm going to show you what it looks like in a second. The resource we're talking about tonight is Check Writing Monopoly. And this one you can find on my store. So if you go to the FI Educator store, which is on Teachers Pay Teachers, or if you do www.fieducator.store, it will take you there. You can see it in my most recent items, the Check Writing Monopoly. So this one is just a straightforward practice of writing checks. You're going to play the game Monopoly. You're going to take the cash away, and instead of the cash, you're going to write checks for every transaction that happens. So the students will have a ledger where they will keep, like you would have in your checkbook, where they will keep track of all the checks they write and the checks they receive, which allows them to keep a updated balance of how much money they actually have. And then they get to practice filling out a check for every transaction. So that skill, it's a micro skill. We know it's a dying art along with cash, but it is still something that we use. I know I write checks every month for different bills that we have, and I also endorse and deposit checks for ones that I receive on a regular basis too. So it's not a skill that we can just ignore. I mean, it's not a very hard skill to learn, but it's still something worth practicing. And why not have some fun while doing it and play some Monopoly to make it happen? So the students will play the game. They'll fill out the activity sheets. They'll write the checks. They can always, if we're not sure about balances, they can just check on the check. So they can basically verify their balances or balance their checkbook, if you will. You would look at all the checks they've written. So all the other players would look for checks from that player, and then they would check all the ones that they received and just make sure that when you start with a $1,500 balance minus what you spent plus what you got in, that you would have the actual accurate balance. And they should be, every time they write a check, logging it. Every time they receive a check, logging it. It will slow the game down a little bit, not too much, but it should be an accurate balance, particularly when that's their only way of knowing how much money they actually have. So we're giving away 5 copies of it today. I'm going to spin the wheel really quick and start getting those 5 out to you. We have 152 entries. So thank you so much for the interest, by the way. There was a lot of overwhelming interest and a lot of people being like, yes, we need to teach the skill still. It shouldn't be taken out of the curriculum just yet, which I really love seeing. All right, Amanda Johnson. I remember seeing your name because you were saying you were starting banking this week. So that is awesome. I'm glad you are getting the resource. All right, next up, the image of the number kind of makes me dizzy. We have Sarah Hansen. Yeah, Wheel of Names let me add an image now to the center of the wheel, and it's kind of nice just so we know what the giveaway is for, but it does definitely a little trippy when it's spinning. Whitney. We got 2 more. And if you are not chosen today, make sure you go grab the resource from my Teachers Pay Teachers page. Keep an eye out as well. I'm going to do a Monopoly class set giveaway. So if you're like, I really want to do this, but I don't have the Monopoly sets, I'm going to be doing more giveaways of that really soon. Rachel is my 4th person. And last but not least, we have... Now, it could be Lee or it could be Lay, but thank you so much. I'm so excited for you. All right, we have our 5 names. So once again, if you were not drawn out tonight, unlucky, but thank you so much for entering. And please keep an eye on the Business Educators Facebook page as well as the FI Educator Facebook page. That's where I like to do a lot of my giveaways. You are on my email list at this point, so you may see some giveaways coming out there exclusively for email subscribers. But a lot of times I try to do things on social media. It's a little faster, and I kind of get more opportunities for you all to enter when I do it on social media as well. But thank you so much for being here tonight, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.